You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
you know what's up.
Oh, I know what's up. I know what's up. Yeah. I'm a big Phil Collins fan.
Oh yeah, yeah. My granddad also got me into them. Well, I don't. You remember the Disney movie Tarzan?
Of course,
So
that soundtrack was done by Phil
Phil.
Collins, and of course everybody loved that soundtrack. But
Mm-hmm.
that ain't even a scratch, a scratch of Phil Collins or Genesis. I
Mm-hmm.
mean Genesis. Wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't start falling in love with Genesis till like maybe recently.
Get out of
Um,
here.
yeah, because I mean, all I knew was Phil and
Okay.
stuff. So, um, I didn't know he was part of Genesis. So there were some Genesis songs that I knew about. I didn't know it was Genesis. I thought it was just Phil Collins. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Because Phil Collins was the lead on that song, even though it's interesting because Peter Gabriel was the real leader of the band,
Mm-hmm.
and Peter Gabriel got sick, and then they turned to Phil Collins, and Phil Collins sung, and he took over, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then that's when the hits start coming out. Even though when the hits start coming out, Peter Gabriel's like, "Yo, what's up, man? I want my spot back." And then Phil was like, "Man, shoot, man, don't worry about it, bro. I'm going solo anyway." So
Mm-hmm.
that's when Peter Gabriel made Hammer, which was a big hit.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right, man. God dang. Okay. I'm glad I put that on because earlier I was playing Gap Band earlier when I
Oh,
was
what
waiting.
you know about that now? Now that's another one of my favorite groups of all time. I love the Gap Band. Early in the
Mm-hmm.
morning,
Mm-hmm. I was just playing that early.
early in the morning.
Party Train. I played that
Oh yeah,
song for my
Party
dad's
Train.
funeral.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and I'm pretty sure they had a lot to do with me being on this earth today. So,
Me too. Listen, me too. Well, now I'll take that back. Take that back. Barry White has something for me. Is the reason why I'm here today.
yeah.
Here today, Barry White is um, between Barry White and probably um, I don't know. My parents they listen to so much stuff. They got me so much stuff at a young age.
yeah.
From because we was really big on Bob Marley,
Okay.
and my mom loved Tears for Fear. So
Everybody wants
mhm.
to rule the world. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey,
it's,
it's a lot of out there, man.
oh
All right.
yeah. But
So
everything's out there for you to get.
get it.
Everything's out there for you to get. It's free.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to go look for it.
Just like this podcast is free, y'all. So if you guys see this, don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe, notification bell. It's free.
Yeah, free. Oh, yeah,
It's
it's
free
free
99.
99. It's free 99. It don't take too much to hit a subscribe button.
That's right.
It do
Guys.
not take that much.
All right. You all right?
What I just heard, I had to recollect. I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
That is a disrespect to hip hop.
That is my favorite clip. That was probably one of my favorite episodes I did.
Okay.
I was covering the punk rock era at the time and stuff like that, especially at the early 2000s era, like Blink 182 and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
Bleak 182,
Yeah,
Corn, and
and how polarizing it was and stuff like that. So yeah, that's when I got to the question because I loved Pink. I knew Pink was not like hip hop or anything. I knew
yeah.
she kind of fell in the pop category, but she always seemed to find her way around, that little era and stuff like that. So when the question came up, that actually legit became a fight on the show. Like even my cousin who was like putting the show together and all that, he was just like, and I couldn't believe she said that because that's my homie. Actually, she was in Korea with me, the one who
Okay.
said that and stuff. Now she's kind of went ghost to do her thing. She's part of these little protesters and all that stuff. But yeah, she's one of the most punkiest people I know, and I had to bring her on the show to do it. And it was just everything she was saying was just kind of like, you know, there's some parts I wasn't sure, but that part for sure, I knew for sure. I was like, that's completely off. I know Pink was part of an R&B girl group at one point, but hip hop.
My thing is this, man. When people talk about hip hop, if you can't tell me about, Rakim, don't talk about hip hop to me, because
Mm-hmm.
you don't know nothing about hip hop. You don't even know the origin of it. You
Right.
only know what is given to you now, which is the drugs, the facades that's out there, but it's
Mm-hmm.
deeper than that. Hip hop is real deeper than that, and it's not for everybody to understand.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it's commercialized.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I like the underground. I like the the groundwork of hip hop. You can keep that commercial stuff. Keep it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. If she feel like Pink is hip hop, keep that Pink, because that's not the hip hop I grew up on. That's not the hip hop I understand. That's not the Bridges Over by KRS One. That's
Mm-hmm.
not, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Um, DJ Red Alert, Busy B, The Treacherous Three,
Okay.
Kumo D. That's not that.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Yeah. You educated me, and at the same time, for those who don't know what's going on, like
I
we're on
admire
the
Lil
Panther.
Wayne, bro.
Like, hey, we're watching the Panther podcast. What's he talking about? I was showing him a clip from my other show. I
Oh
talk
yeah.
about rock and metal, and he saw a clip that kind of caught him off guard. So that's why we're on this subject right now. For
Oh
those
yeah, yeah. I
who are
forgot. We
watching.
listen. We rolling live right now. I
Now,
forgot.
you're good. You're good. It just your face said it all. I was surprised you even saw that. I didn't mean to, but it clicked on
No,
and stuff like
no,
that. I
no,
was
no,
trying to
no, no.
figure out
I'm
everything else.
one thing I am passionate about. I'm passionate about hip hop, and the
Mm-hmm.
reason I'm passionate about hip hop is because I know the origins of it. I know where it comes from. I know what it's meant to be, and I appreciate hip hop for what it has done for me. Because it definitely, if it wasn't for Nas,
Okay.
I'd be uh I'd be out here reckless. If it wasn't for Rakim, I'd be out here not thinking correctly. So
You
you
good?
know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
If it wasn't, if I blame LL Cool J for me for wanting to be cool and laid back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. This is for my
Because he had
lady.
all, you know what LL Cool J stands for, right?
Ladies love cool James, something like that.
Bingo. So I
Okay.
always wanted to be LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? I always want to be like, hey, that J stands for Julius. Ladies love cool Julius.
Julie's. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all.
Oh
Welcome
man.
back. No, you good. Welcome back to another episode of the JD Panther Fan Podcast. And we emphasis the fan part because, again, we're not experts, but we are Panther fans, y'all. And all we do is we
I
come in
consider
here.
myself an expert. Don't you consider yourself? I'm an expert at this.
He's like, I know this, man.
I'm just messing with you, bro. Yeah, no, I'm just another fan like everybody else, man.
Hey, he's not rude.
You see, I'm not rude, but I just have the balls to say what everyone else is thinking.
Love it, bro. We all thinking you know he was. It wasn't just me.
But yeah, man, this Carolina Panthers team, the moves that they made the other day with sending Johnson off.
we we gonna get to that. Yeah, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to some reactions to that too, and I definitely gonna need your reaction on it, especially what we got for it. But we're gonna
Go ahead.
recap the game real quick. Broncos 28, Carolina 14. The score was not as close as it sounds, y'all. It is definitely not. Julius, did you watch the game?
I watched some of the game. I got sick and I couldn't believe what I was watching. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? Let me go drink me some more Hennessy. And then I come back to it. But by the time me drinking my Hennessy, I just start drinking my corn liquor. And I just said, you know what? I can't. This gave me so much of a headache of watching what was on this field. Like,
Yeah.
yo, you practice all summer.
Mm-hmm.
You go through summer camp all summer, not to play like this.
Mm-hmm.
They can't.
Regardless who's on the field, injuries.
Regardless on the field, you're supposed to have some type of unity when you spend weeks at a time practicing together.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to be looking like this. This was just horrible.
Right. Right. No, I agree with you. I mean, I try to give them the benefit of doubt with all the injuries and stuff like that. Both receivers being out, Johnson for this little phantom injury he had. I mean, he could have had an injury, but I think it was for something else. And we get to that in a little bit. Thielen, of course, not being out there, but Leggett, he showed out, and Jalen Coker did his thing. The undrafted rookie, man, he's doing his thing out there.
Well, he should have been. Listen here, bro. I watched him during summer, and he has been like one of those bright spots. He's been shining
Mm-hmm.
all summer long, and I knew once he had an opportunity that he was going to shine during the
Mm-hmm.
season. Now, did the coaches believe in him because they was more worried about the people that they drafted and put money into?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
And
mean, it's kind of hard to say, and it's really at the same time. I don't know what I saw during the preseason. I know it's preseason. I mean, that boy was running routes like he was Dionte Johnson. You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah,
figured, this dude's coming in to probably work under him. And this kid, I mean, I'm sorry, John Domingo looks nothing like this at all. So I was like, well, shit, and Domingo don't work out. We got a Coker. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, because of Coker, I'm a cokehead now. So
right, 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 right.
you know.
And I feel bad for Jonathan Mingo because he never should have been drafted in the second round. I don't feel he should have been drafted in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
I think that draft pick should have went to a defensive player
Okay,
because
I'm with you on that one.
we knew our defense was going to lack somewhere, and money is a factor in what we do at North Carolina. In the Carolinas, like we knew we weren't gonna have the amount of money that we needed to bring in a premier
Mm-hmm.
defensive end. So we did a Gettleman thing this season, which is went on the bargaining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to me,
on
totally, completely,
defense,
completely
bargaining ban
unnecessary.
on defense.
Mm-hmm. No,
No, bro.
I think it was completely unnecessary with the moves we
Yes.
made on defense this past
Oh
season.
man, my neck is hurting.
Now, I'm with you. Again, like we reiterated last week, Brian Burns, we could have had 2 first-round picks for him and stuff like that, but I still think like we could have built something on this. And I mean, you can't keep a regime together, consistently. This is the thing. These are things that's going to happen and
Well,
stuff.
the thing with Brian Burns, he wanted his money. He wanted to be paid. Carolina offered him money. He rejected it. So
Mhm.
once he was like, man, since y'all not doing this shit, y'all might as well go find somewhere for me to go. And
There
that's
you
what
go.
they did. They found somewhere when went them to go, but it was too late.
Too late. Way too late.
We don't lost value in you.
Yeah. Uh, and that, we talking about losing trade value, that kind of goes to this Dionte Johnson thing, but before we get to that, before you hit on that subject, what's your thoughts on Bryce this past game? I mean, I don't know if you watched it. You say you didn't really watch the whole thing, but what were your thoughts?
Uh I seen him trying to get better,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not in him. He don't have that dog in him. And
Mm-hmm.
and it shows in his interviews he don't have that dog in him. A confident quarterback will be his presence in the room is felt, just not on that room, but on the camera.
Oh yeah, and it's a lot that goes into it. I mean, performance wise on the field. Let me back up. You're absolutely right. Do you think a team could capitalize on his energy or anything like that? Yes, no, no.
Hell
I
no.
No, no. You look at
I,
it his family. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying?
right. I mean, his dad was a funeral director,
Yeah.
so he's either dead, he's
Boy's been seeing ghosts his whole life.
yeah, he's been seeing the dead. So I don't see the the push and drive that most quarterbacks have.
Right.
They don't have. Most quarterbacks have a appealing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
way of talking. You see that with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is very, very confident in everything what he says.
Right.
There's no he Bryce talks so soft.
You kind of wonder if he handles feedback well at the same
Yeah,
time.
right. Are you
You know.
crying behind that because you
Mm-hmm.
was raised a certain type of way? I think his
Mm-hmm.
mom was a psychiatrist or something like that.
Mm-hmm. A
Yeah,
whole lot of coddle in there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's like, man, are you?
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely no animal. Nothing sits in there but a sheep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
I,
he's getting eaten alive, and he's going to get eaten alive the rest of the season.
it kind of makes me wonder. I understand Dude had weapons in Alabama, but you got to have some kind of fire as well to be a quarterback in Alabama. I know Alabama quarterbacks are more of like Phil Generals and stuff like that. Which
Look at all the Alabama wide receivers. They are all consistent. All the wide receivers that come out of Alabama, I haven't seen too many Alabama wide receivers that weren't talented.
Mm-hmm.
Judy, talented. The other two kids, talented.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama always have talented wide receivers.
Henry Ruggs or Riggs. Well, we can't say his name anymore. But who else? Julio Jones came out of there. Amari Cooper was Alabama, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Michi,
Mm-hmm.
Michi,
Mm-hmm.
they have a good system for wide receivers in Alabama for them to be successful. As far as their quarterback, what I haven't seen a quarterback from Alabama that's been successful.
And you won't, unless Miro comes, Jalen Miller does something, but you won't see that for a while and
I
stuff. And that's kind of the SEC period. I mean,
have you seen him play recently?
Jalen Miller, not last week's game, the week before that, yeah.
How did you feel about his game?
At least against my dogs, I felt pretty confident that he could probably make it in NFL and whatnot. This has not been his best year. I know that for sure. But I mean, Forrest looking pretty confident and his composure in the pocket looks pretty decent. You think otherwise?
I see happy feet.
Okay. Okay. I get
You
that.
know, I seen happy feet. I seen like, my question is, are you gonna stay in the pocket?
Right.
I watched Cam Ward. Cam Ward, he's his offensive line is not the best, but he sits in that pocket, and once he get to a point where damn, I'm about to get sacked, he spins out,
Mm-hmm.
and he's still confident, comfort, and he
Mm-hmm.
throws 55 yards.
Yeah, he commands that field, no doubt. And I've already saw like probably 2 Miami games, and still was in utter disbelief. What he done.
I was in utter disbelief too because I watch him deal with adversity and he thrives at it.
Mm-hmm.
We watched him come back when Miami was down. We thought Miami was out of it the other
Mm-hmm.
week.
Mm-hmm.
That kid came back in 2 quarters
Mm-hmm.
confidently. He didn't show he wasn't sketchy or anything. He was like
Right. Just on it.
just on it.
Just on it. Yeah. Like I said, I definitely got to check out the highlights on that and stuff, man. Like, just really get a better look because I didn't think we'd be at this point where we're sitting at 1-7 right now.
I already knew.
I mean, yeah, but
And listen, when you like
quarterback
I
is what
said,
we're gonna be looking at,
Carolina gave him all the weapons he need to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that quarterback that can drive that Cadillac that Carolina gave him. Carolina have skilled players. They had our offensive line is top 10.
Mm-hmm.
We just discussed about this last week about our
Mm-hmm.
offensive line being top 10.
Right.
Something's wrong, not with the team, but with him.
Right.
His decision making skills. Decision making skills is not meant for the NFL.
I do have an argument with this.
Talk to me.
And I know we're looking at college quarterbacks and stuff like that, but we're talking about Dave Canales if he's here another year. Okay. You giving up Dionte
That's if
Johnson.
the tappers don't fire.
That's my thought process here. Like, what's going to happen? Because
Dave would get rid of you in a heartbeat.
Right. And if Canales is here, who's to say that we don't go look for a veteran quarterback?
We don't got the money
for next year's free agency.
We don't have the money. You got $41 million, and you're gonna have a whole bunch of spots open.
That's
you're
true.
Gonna be looking. You're gonna be looking for defensive players. That's the only reason. That's the only reason they traded Johnson is to make sure they don't have to pay him. They get rid of from what I read. They're talking about trading defensive end.
We're talking about trading defensive end.
My man that played for Clemson, South Carolina, defensive end for South Carolina.
Clowney?
Yeah, I seen
Yeah.
a article talking about they want to trade him, and I'm sitting thinking, well, damn, they really doing a dump on salary.
Oh yeah.
They spent this money hoping that Bryce would be successful, and then they found out, well, damn, the man ain't successful with what we gave him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
now we got to prepare for next season, and that's what they're doing right now. I think they doing a fire sale, and I think that ain't gonna be the last trade.
Okay, well then in that case, explain the Dionte Johnson trade because I mean,
They knew
given
they
the
had to pay him. His contract was up
okay, but we're still responsible for the remainder of the contract
for the
this year,
remainder of
correct?
the year. So the thing is, next year his contract gonna be gone.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, okay, because I
So
was a little bit confused on that one.
so pretty much they gambled with him, right? They was
Right.
like, well, damn, if he's successful with Bryce, because he's a number one wide receiver, him
Mm-hmm.
and Bryce click, we're gonna keep this together. We're gonna figure a way out to keep this man.
Right. Right.
Once they realize that Bryce Young is not the quarterback that they thought to believe,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh damn, what we
Yeah.
done? And then the Red Rifle came in there and gave you that one game, the one game with Dionte, which is his only 100-yard game.
Yeah.
So that shows Dionte is a good wide receiver
Yeah.
when you have a quarterback that can throw the ball. But after that one game, the Red Rifle done set himself down. He done ran out of ammo.
Okay, so I mean that makes more sense because that definitely can clear up the fact that people were saying that the only reason why he was traded because maybe he's making cause a division in the locker room or anything. And
No,
my question to that was, there's never a locker room, you know.
it's about money. It's about
Mm-hmm.
money. They did not have. They knew that they didn't have enough money to pay that man, and
Mm-hmm.
if for them not to have enough money to pay that man, and they wanted to get something out of him because they won't get none. They wasn't able to get his full potential on the field.
Correct. Okay, because I mean I know people were kind of tripping out. Why we didn't get a third round pick out of him? And my thing was
Because his contract is expiring.
right.
He's not going to be at Baltimore next year because Baltimore don't even have the money to even pay him. He's a
Correct.
rental.
Mm-hmm.
He's a rental. He's a rental, and they're hoping that he is what they need to win a championship.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Guys, we're talking about the Dionte Johnson trade at the moment. That just happened about what yesterday? That was
Yeah,
today, right? Yesterday.
yesterday. It's
Okay,
yesterday
yeah.
now. It's 12 in
Yeah.
the morning here.
He is a Baltimore Raven, y'all. Just let's see if I can
But
find anything.
and people upset. They was like, man, well, we only got a fifth round, but we gave up a six.
Hey, it was a swap pick. It was a swap pick. You got what you got, and we're gonna really get much out of it anyway and stuff. God, he actually looks decent, right? Is that a
And,
purple
and
Ravens helmet?
and that's the thing. We weren't gonna get nothing out of him. Like if we would let him walk at the end of the season, what were we gonna get? We couldn't
Nothing.
franchise him.
Mm-mm. Whatsoever. Whatsoever.
So what you
Man,
gonna get?
nothing. And I mean, that's just kind of where we're at right now. We're gonna get anything for these, And I don't know if people were thinking that we were trying to fleece people with Dionte Johnson. I don't know what you were thinking
Nah,
at all.
Carolina spent a lot of money on that offensive line this offseason, which is taking majority of the money, which I respect, trying to protect a young quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But with you spending that on that offensive line, now you got to worry about everything else around them.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got to worry about we need a damn quarterback because we don't have one.
Starting
And
all
then
over, just
I
like you
seen
said.
something else. They talk about trying to trade for AJ, the quarterback for the Colts, because they upset with him walking off the field.
You ever seen anything like that before? A quarterback just walks up. I need to take a break.
I,
I got to tap out. I'm gonna take a break. But go
Man,
ahead. Say your
you in the
piece.
NFL. You in the NFL, dude. You get paid to
Mm-hmm.
do that. That's what you get paid to do. You get paid to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're feeling bad, if you feel like you got hurt, lay down on the ground. That's gonna be a timeout. Stop the damn clock.
Listen, I think Anthony Richardson is a good quarterback. I mean, he's kind of proven it and stuff, but there's just
Yeah,
been
he
some
has.
things besides the injuries and stuff like that. Things like this, I'm kind of like, I'm glad we didn't take him, but he was definitely on my radar to picking.
Listen, I'd rather have him than who we got now. And the
I
reason
know
I'd rather
that's right.
have him because Bryce ain't thrown over 70 damn yards in one throw. I know
Mm-hmm.
with Richardson, he ain't
Mm-hmm.
scared to throw that ball down the field.
Not at all.
He lets that ball go.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Bryce Young is is playing like a Pop Warner quarterback
Yes, he is.
in the
Yes, he is.
NFL, bro.
And guys, before you get excited about those 224 yards that he put up in the game, a lot of that 150 of those yards came in garbage time at the end of the game. I'm just letting you know that. Okay, so at that point he was already 1 for 2, 1 touchdown, two interceptions before he got the last one to Jalen Coker. So that gives him the second touchdown. But
And
oh,
watch, and I seen it, man, and I seen the yardage, and people make light. Oh well, he got this amount of yard, bro. He threw an interception, didn't
yeah, he threw 2 of them. Hmm. One was a little question. Now that second interception, I had to give it to that defender. I mean, he just played the receiver. When the receiver put his hands up, he turned around and made the pick. And I mean, it was a good play of defense. But other than that, I mean, I will give it Bryce. He did look a little bit better in the pocket, but he went back to his old ways of just escaping the pocket.
he?
You
Well, last
know,
time I checked, there's more than one. I mean, one person on the field you can throw the ball to, and when you know the coverage, he already know the coverages. He knew exactly where he was playing
mm-hmm,
before he threw the ball. He
mm-hmm,
knew exactly where he was going to go to before he threw the ball because
mm-hmm,
he's not he's not one of those quarterbacks that actually go through progressions.
right, right. I'm still, my radar right now, for as currently guys on our team right now, is what we're gonna do with Chuba Hubbard.
Let him go,
Yeah, and did you hear possibly um
trade him, get a third
our
round pick.
our rookie running back might be starting this next game, or
Are
maybe
you kidding me?
possibly, yeah, Brooks might be showing up this next game. Why, I don't know.
Well, I mean, they done gave up.
You still got a healthy Miles Sanders. You still got a Chuba Hubbard on the team.
You
I
gotta
mean,
let Miles Sanders go too, because he's eating up money.
is it a little bit too late to feel desperate that you're letting your injured rookie running back try to get
Well,
some playing time?
the thing is this, man. They might as well have a fire sale and let everybody go and load up on draft picks because they have no money. Their
Correct.
goal is to hope that the NFL increase the salary cap.
Right. And that was okay.
I mean, they got $41 million. I mean, that's a lot of that's some money, but to get the positions that you need, you think about it. Shoot, you spent $26 million on the defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
What that's gonna leave you?
Nothing.
Nothing. Then you got to worry about re-signing players. Like, who you gonna resign?
Mm-hmm. We're not attracting anybody. We're definitely not. Jules, give me a second. I got to text back real quick. We got the Saints next game, man. Give me your thoughts on that one. And Carr may be starting this game. It won't be Rattler. So you give me your thoughts. If it's Rattler playing, how do you think we look?
I like Spencer Rattler because he's a slinger.
Gotcha.
I listen here. If I was New Orleans, I'll start Rattler because I like to watch that boy sling that ball. That's all he's been doing his whole life is just throwing the ball down the field. Do you watch his college stats?
Oh yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
got to watch him.
yeah, man. When he was in South Carolina, he ain't doing nothing but sling the ball.
Mm-hmm.
David Carr is more of a game manager. He'll throw
Wow.
the ball down the field every once in a blue moon, but majority of the time it's all shorts, ends, and slants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he
So
throw those type of routes. He don't throw nothing down the field.
you
But
think the team would be more afraid of Rattler than Carr?
I would be because Rattler is 24 years old. Carr is 30 something years old.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want somebody to be scared of you, or you want? Because you gotta think when somebody young at that age, a young kid ain't scared of nobody. He has the world in his hand. I
Right.
remember being 24 years old, 22 years old. I ain't afraid of no damn body. I'm unstoppable.
Right.
As you get older, you're like, damn, I need to really fear these things because I want to live long.
I like that. I like that. So that's your final thoughts on the Panthers and Saints
I mean, at the end of the
prediction.
day, I don't see Carolina winning
Okay.
because the quarterback is going to get scared of that Saints defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get frightened. I
I
think they're
think
going
it's
to blitz him all game.
yeah.
They're going
I
to blitz
think
him
it's
all game, force him to throw another two interceptions this game.
Plus, Bryce is starting.
Yeah, like I said, they're gonna force him to throw another 2 interceptions. I'd be more comfortable with the red rifle. At least I know he ain't gonna throw, but he may not even throw no interceptions. He may throw the ball out of bounds all the whole
Yeah.
game, but I know
I
Bryce gonna throw an interception for sure.
No doubt. My thoughts on that one. I picked Saints over Carolina, of course.
Of course.
I mean, I know it's gonna be a physical game. It's at home. We always seem to be doing pretty good at home against the visual opponents, but I don't think it'll be a blowout. But I think it definitely be a Saints win over that one. I don't believe in anything until we see Andy Dalton on the field, and I don't know how severe this is from the missed 2 weeks of a thumb injury. I kind of think that a Bryce fan maybe did something had something to do with
Yeah,
that car accident, but
I know these other Panthers fan believe in Bryce Young, but the writing is on the wall. After all these games, and y'all can't see that the man is not the quarterback that they thought he was going to be.
mm-hmm. I kind of think it's more than just being delusional. I just think people just want something to hang on and believe in. Because I mean, you seen the crap we had, you know.
Listen here, y'all better go beg Cam to come back in here dab about 3-4 times.
Man, you do a Cam Appreciation Day. Just have him just wear the jersey. Just
For
put the
real,
jersey.
for real.
Just the jersey.
Charlotte need to have a Cam day for real, because he
I mean,
definitely changed Carolina forever. He definitely changed Carolina forever.
oh man. So I was listening to another podcast. Today was the 704 Charlotte Bound with Twan Don. You guys, I'm giving them a shout out. You guys check out their podcast. And yeah, just like them and everyone else, it's just getting to a point. It's just like you don't even know what to talk about anymore. You know, you're hoping and praying everyone's feeling the same way you are, and you're not going crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we're still to this day. I'm okay. I'm starting to hear a little bit more Bryce fans starting to come around and be like, yeah, maybe this ain't it. But you got some people who are just gung ho, like they Trump supporters out there, bro. Like like they just believe, bro. And
Listen here, listen. As far as as I'm a, I try to be a member of all the Carolina Panthers groups, but I'm a member of one of the Carolina Panthers groups, and it's really disappointing to me about what people believe in.
mm-hmm,
It's like they believe in the tooth fairy. You too grown. You too grown. You 40 something years old. Excuse me. Yeah, you 40 something years old, 50 something years old,
mm-hmm,
believing in keyword. Okay. They believe in something instead of actually accepting the facts,
right,
right?
mm-hmm,
When somebody show you something, if a snake hissing, goddamn, it's a damn snake. Don't damn try to change it into a damn butterfly.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
You're gonna get bit. And you're gonna
mm-hmm.
be hurt. Because it's your fault. You're responsible for that.
I'm really trying to figure them out, buddy, because I don't know if it's like are
Ain't nothing
these
to
the
figure out.
go ahead, yeah.
Throw this season in the garbage. Burn it.
It is, and for these people who believe in Cam, I mean, believe in Bryce. I don't know these are the same people that came to the Panthers when Cam came here because we do have a lot of fans that are like that. So when Cam came here, they became Panther fans and stuff like that. Who probably still didn't understand the culture of this team or anything like that. But
Yeah.
when we got Cam brought something with him. We knew he was
Yes,
bringing
they
something
did.
with him. We saw it at Auburn, but it's just like you saying that fire and that dog mentality. And Bryce is like, I don't see how he fits this culture whatsoever, or what we had, the culture that we once had. You
Well,
know,
the culture that they had created. They
right?
created a culture of winning. They created a
Right.
culture of winning, and they created a culture of respect and doing it in a classy way. You know, some people don't respect the class that Cam had because it's his Atlanta swag,
Mm-hmm.
right? They talk
Mm-hmm.
about his hats, they talk about him wearing the clothes he wore, and believe it or not, majority of his clothes come from the thrift store. He didn't really wear expensive clothes like people think he did,
Correct.
but you know, um, one thing I have seen, and it's always a difference in people opinions.
Yeah. Even when the boy was here, when Cam was here, you still had the haters. And it was
Of
just
course.
because of who he was and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
because he
what I
was,
kind of, yeah. And that's
you
kind
know,
of what I'm thinking. Like, when it comes to Bryce fans, and you have to say Bryce fans because that's what they are. You know,
man,
um,
some of them
they,
posts on them TikTok, on those Facebook posts are, oh man, they're just heartbreaking
yeah, yeah.
because they're still talking about Cam, and Cam ain't played for the Panthers in about 2-3 years.
2021 is the last time he was here, buddy.
Yep. So they're sitting there talking about, he was classless, and Bryce is full of class, and
Yes.
he don't say. I'm like, hold on, bro. Why you worrying about that? Are we fans to hope they lose in class?
Hmm.
Or are we fans for them to win about any ways means? You win.
It cures everything.
It cures everything. It solves all problems.
Amazing. I still can't believe we're here.
I
I
believe we here. I knew we was gonna be here because I knew as long as they sticking with Bryce, it wasn't gonna be no quarterback. And I knew as long as they didn't get um a quarterback that is not over the hill,
hmm
you know. And I said, then you watch them give Jake Plummer an opportunity, and Jake Plummer was poo poo, but he's better than Bryce though.
Yes, he is.
He better than Bryce,
You
but
can
he
see what that
ain't good.
line.
Right, right.
All right. Before we close this out, any final thoughts, my man?
Oh man, I'm looking forward to the future. I already done threw this season away, but I'm definitely looking forward to the future of the Carolina Panthers because it's looking good. They're stacking up on picks,
Hmm.
and I'm looking forward to see what other trades that
Hmm.
um, they do before when next week.
Yeah. This is the final week.
Yeah, next Thursday. So I'm looking
Hmm.
forward to watching what other trades that they do um, before the trade deadline. And I'm also interested to see, are they going to get rid of Miles Sanders?
I don't see who would be interested, but if anybody, I mean, I'm pretty sure we get rid of him for a seventh rounder. Being honest with you, I mean, it's something. You know, I, it's something. And Dan Morgan's all about them draft picks.
Yes, he is, as we've seen, and he's doing a great job. I ain't
Hmm.
going to even lie. As long as you're picking up future picks and you're trying to develop
Hmm.
kids, you can't be mad at the man.
And that's all it is. And I mean, I know a lot of people are tired of this whole development. Wait, you know, give me a sec. Joking. God, I gotta do it again. Take over.
You good, man? Shoot, I just threw a yarn at you. But no, development is important in the franchise, and you got to have young talent
Hmm.
to have a future.
Hmm.
But your young talent got to show some type of bright spot.
Hmm.
There's got to be some type of bright spot in your young talent. If there's no bright spots in your young talent, that means the talent isn't there or they're not in the right system for them to thrive. So you need to either let them go ahead and go to another system and let them try to thrive in it, or you can sit there and you can just stink up the whole place, stink up the whole, you know, a
Sure
Bank of
is.
America Stadium.
Yes, sir. So Jalen Coker is the future.
Of course he is, and they better keep him forever. They
Hmm.
got him on a discount. Like you ain't paying that man up like $60,000.
I am excited, bro. I mean, I want to
They
see.
paying that man peanuts.
We saw what Jonathan Brooks did at Texas. I'm ready to see that here in Carolina.
I don't. Oh yeah,
DJ.
the offensive line is there. The offensive
Hmm.
line is there. I'm
Hmm.
looking forward to seeing him run behind that offensive line.
DJ
Uh,
Guanum. I'm ready to see what he can do. I mean, another Carolina guy. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what kind of dog he has in him. And I think he drafted a lot of dogs. I ain't gonna lie. I think Dan did really good. I mean, people were kind of freaking out. Like, hey, why are we drafting guys who are not even going to see the field for like a while? Well, it kind of happens and stuff. And the situation with DJ One was just a freak thing. A blood clot. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know, I know.
It was just a freak thing.
But
So
I don't think just that one injury would have changed our
no,
trajectory for the season.
oh no,
Um, I was I was hoping for more wins, but I kind of figured. Now listen, I gave them 4 wins for the season.
mm-hmm. 4 wins.
I gave them 4 wins for the season initially in my beginning of the year because I knew Bryce ain't gonna be ready no time soon. By the
Mhm.
time he be ready, that man gonna be 30 years old.
uh, okay,
And
yeah,
that's that age when life is like hitting you for real, for real.
yeah. I was thinking 6 games, 6 or 7 this year.
Nah,
I
I
I
kind of figure 4 because Bryce is not the quarterback. He isn't the quarterback that I would never. Man, he need to be in the CFL.
he is in the CFL. He's a Panther. Shoot,
Boy,
God,
he definitely need to go play in Canada. Maybe he'll do better in that type of offenses that they run up there in Canada.
he's a backup, buddy. We drafted a number 1 pick backup. Gave a DJ Moore
But
or a
like I
backup.
said, I know the Tappers are not going to want to admit defeat, as we see. They
Oh, he
get
already did it.
upset.
He
Huh?
already admitted it. He already admitted it. Week 2, he already admitted it. There's no way Canales made that move without Dave Tepper. He's the coaches are still meeting up with Tepper every week after a game.
Of
There's
course.
there's no way he made that move without Tepper.
But what I'm trying to say is, even at
Go
the
ahead.
end of the season, Bryce may still be there. They may keep Bryce until his whole rookie contract, but they may
Mm-hmm.
not even draft a quarterback next year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then what the hell are we doing here?
I couldn't tell you, buddy, and I'm sitting here trying to figure this out myself, man. What do you do with him? I don't see anybody going at them unless it's Miami, but that was weeks ago.
Yeah, you done
You
missed
know,
that. You done missed that train. I was hoping you
yeah.
got rid of his ass for a third round. Go ahead, trade him
Mm-mm,
for a third round. We'll be all right.
no,
Let him go. Let him go. Go ahead and let Jake Plummer finish the season out.
I'm sorry, no, and we gotta see what he does against the Saints next this coming up Sunday, and nothing looks different. You think after what he's been benched since week 2, so that's what 4 games since. I
Mhm.
mean, I know it kind of takes a season for somebody to sit down and watch. I mean, hell, even fucking Willis, sorry, even Willis with Green Bay had to sit down for a while, to get this right. And look at him now, but
But it took him 2 years to get it together.
right,
Um, his situation was different. He had the opportunity to sit down. He got drafted in the third round, had the opportunity to sit down and actually watch a whole season. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
I know Malik Willis' uncles. He comes from a football family.
okay.
His uncles are you familiar with James Anderson?
James Anderson,
You know the linebacker that played for Carolina Panthers.
number 50.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one of
yeah,
his uncles.
really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I
Yeah.
I know them. I know the family. I know the Anderson family. Wonderful family.
Hmm.
Um, and I know they eat and breathe football, not just for a season. They do
Hmm.
this all year long.
Hmm.
All the brothers, all of them, they are football fanatics. So for Malik Willis to be thriving like he's doing, I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised.
No, because I know his family. I know they eat and breathe football. The
And
daddy, the
yeah,
granddaddy, they all eat and breathe football.
it's in them.
It's in them.
And you make a good point. You look at Cam's family. Father
Oh
played.
yeah, football. He
2
comes from a
brothers that played.
football family. His
Yeah.
brothers play. His brother played football. His dad played football. He
Hmm.
comes from a football family. See, that's the thing. When you know that a kid comes from a family that eats and breathes football, you
Hmm.
know, even in the off season, that kid is working.
Hmm. You're making a point. Keep going. I know where you're going with this.
Bryce
Yep.
Young was sitting in a damn funeral home watching dead bodies.
There was reports of Bryce Young playing pickup basketball games the entire off season.
Okay, then. Enough
hanging
said.
out, traveling,
Then
whatever.
listen here. For you to be a dog, to
Mm-hmm.
be that man that you need to be successful, you have
Mm-hmm.
to be at something 24/7. There's no days off in this. There's
And,
no
and
days off in this.
and I'm not saying Bryce has to do this, but when Cam was here, we were almost in his personal life. Him in the gym,
Man,
the locker room, the gym, working out, getting better. I don't know anything about Bryce until he hits the field. You know what I'm saying?
I know, I know he got caught with one of them Instagram models and they took off on him. They took off on him because they realized he was boring.
She's with an NBA player now, right?
Yep. Like,
Poor
man, this
Brycey.
man is not gonna be successful. Let me go.
No, he ain't got it. And I'm
He ain't
sorry.
got it in him.
And I hope
Yeah.
he proves me wrong. I want him to prove me wrong so bad.
I listen here, bro. I wish him very much success. I want the man to be successful, but I also understand that if you don't work and don't put the work in it like you're supposed to, in and out 24/7,
Yes,
you're not
sir.
gonna win.
Hmm.
You're not going to be successful in anything. It's it's like you right now, bro. If you don't shoot a basketball every day, how you gonna be able to shoot? How you
Hmm.
gonna be consistent?
Hmm.
You're
It's
not.
bad. It's bad, buddy. It's bad.
No,
And
you
I'll.
gotta eat. You gotta eat. You gotta breathe it. You gotta love it. You
Hmm.
gotta. This is your lifestyle.
And I can get it. So, like a team like this, you can really learn to hate football real quick, and it's not fun. But I don't know what to tell
And
you.
that's what happened to Bryce. You could. We all can tell he hated. He hated.
Hmm.
He hated this team.
Hmm.
He hates playing.
I'm sure Andy Dalton got in that car accident. He went, oh no. Oh no, this is super bad.
Right.
uh,
Right. We all. But his demeanor and all of that, it
yes, sir.
shows.
Yes, sir. All right, buddy. We hitting up at 1 a.m., man. Thank you for your final thoughts. You pretty
No
much hit on the
problem,
nail
bro.
for me as well. I appreciate it. This was a good episode, man.
I think it was all right. Episode 2. I'm
Hmm.
just. I be wondering what the comments gonna be. Um, them diehard Bryce Young fans and those other people who, you know,
Right, right.
listen here, an opinion is like an asshole. Everybody got one.
That
Either you
one.
can respect mine and I'm gonna respect yours, but I'm gonna give
Yep.
you mine.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Guys, this is the J&D Panther Fan Podcast. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be here for another post game. We may do a pre-game. It depends where we at right there, but we definitely do another post game after the
Right.
Saints and Panthers, man. As always, go Cats, keep pounding.
Keep pounding.